Live from Brooklyn, it's Precious. Yes. Let's get it popping. So, we ain't trying to hold each other. Let me see if it's cold outside. Let me see what they got going on outside. Y'all, can I share something with y'all that happened? I need to share this because I want y'all to know what audacity in 2025 really looks like. So, as a speaker, if you're a speaker, coach, consultant, service-based industry, this is for you. So last week I was at the Athene Black and Brown Business Summit, and my client and I, were under the impression we were speaking at a certain time. We were at the impression we were speaking at a certain time. So I'm excited. I'm getting hype in my room. I'm listening to my theme songs. I'm getting it popping, right? Getting it popping. Let me come back in here, y'all. It's a little cold out here. What made me think, girl, let me get my butt back up in here. So, but things are seeming a little weird because I'm looking at the program. My name's not anywhere on the program. It says sponsored speaker series. Okay. So going on over to talk to my client, and I'm like, I thought I was speaking at 11. And so we had to figure out what was going on. And they had a pitch session at 11. So the pitch competition was the day before. I'm just giving y'all that true tea. Come on now. So we were sitting there and they said, oh, well, we have you at 3:00. So these are real, true speaker tips. I'm not sitting here to play. I'm not going to play with y'all. I'm not really going to play with it. This is real stuff that happens to speakers. So anyway, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, okay. So go to the room. Look at the room. Room is fly, like huge and fly. We good because we were in the ballroom. Then I get told, no, we're going to be in another place. We're going to be in the ballroom. No, we're going to be here. And as a speaker, you're trying to get yourself right. So I attend the 11:00. It was actually a panel on pitching, like how do they judge pitching and stuff like that, what needs to go into a pitch. And because I'm the killer pitch master, I don't let none of this go by. Y'all. So as I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, my name's not on the program. How will people know to come see me? And it keeps changing. And yeah, this is just the nature of sometimes it's just, how you come into the event or whatever. So it's no disrespect to anybody. I had an amazing time. But let me tell y'all. So I'm sitting here listening to these wonderful comments being made. I'm sitting here listening to what should go into a pitch. And I'm like, I'm the killer pitch master. I'm listening with a different ear. And I'm wondering, will people know to come see me? My name is not on this program. And they've met me in real life. And yeah, there are people who are they know me, but still I'm in Iowa. I'm not in New York. I'm in Iowa. So as I'm sitting there listening, something gets into my heart. Something gets into me. And I know that I'm going to do something. So I didn't check with the client at all. But I knew as soon as they were going to ask for questions and answers, I was going to stand on my feet, take that microphone and do something. Now you're wondering, you never sought permission. You were just going to do something just cause. Let me tell you what I was going to do. I wanted to show those people who were supposed to be experts at pitching, I'm going to give them a pitch they've never heard before. And then I'm going to tell people to come to my pitch session at 3:00 and tell them where. Now, some of y'all might be like, so you thought it was cool of you to be at this conference and to pitch yourself and where you're going to be at 3:00. Yes, I did. Because this is hashtag audacity in 2025. I am not speaking to an empty room. I am not you just don't know. And I've been telling people I'm speaking here and there and this, whatever. So as they ask who has questions, I raise my hand and I stand up because I want to be the first and I want to set it off right in these streets. So they gave me the microphone. I'm looking around and I launch into a pitch. And the panel on stage is looking like, yeah. The audience starts acting up. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I tell them, and I'm doing pitch please. I'm speaking on pitch please. How to sell what they want to buy. Da, 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 da. And they're just going crazy. And I finish. And I sit down. And I'm waiting for my client to text me like, what did you just do? And the other questions are going. And people are walking up to me like, so where you da-da-da-da. So I go over to the client. And they're laughing. And I said, what you think? And they were like, we know who you are. We know how you get down. We are not surprised it was lit. And I said, okay. So I'm like, okay, so 3 o'clock, da-da-da. So I go over to the room at 1 o'clock, to see who's in front of me, just to make sure, whatever. And I get a text from my client talking about something. You're in the big ballroom, like you said you were going to be. And so I go over and I'm like, yeah, sure. And they're like, yeah. So I went over to, the facilities people, not the facility, the host. And I was like, I thought it was supposed to be, no. You're in the ballroom. You're on the big stage. Kill it. I was like, So what does that have to do with y'all about audacity in 2025? You're going to find yourself in situations where things may be off on the program. Things may shift. You may be finding yourself not on the big stage. You might find yourself in the smallest room in the house. You know what your job is to make noise. Your job is to make people want to come see you. So if you are in the big part where everybody is, I want you to stand up and make a compelling case for somebody to come watch you. So as a killer pitch master, I can pull up a pitch on the spot. I can throw it out there and just sing. But the point is, I'm going to use my voice, my confidence, my pitching ability, because I want y'all in this space. So 2:55, meeting with the client. And the ballroom is filling up. And I'm like this. I put on my red shoes. Shout out to my beautiful friend, Dana L. Brown, Fix Coaching and Consulting. And they come and say, well, Precious, what would you like to say about you? You're the killer pitch master? I said, say what you want to say. I'm going to kill it on that stage. If you feel like you don't even want to introduce me, I'm going to do this work. I'm going to give them this work. So put on the shoes. Clients come around and, they're sitting and I'm like, y'all ready? They're like, girl, yeah, we know what's up. There was no intro music. Queen said, she raises her hand. She says, Precious Williams, killer pitchmaster. I go up on that stage with them heels and I go ham and cheese and peanut butter and jelly. And y'all, since I've lost both of my glasses, one in Toronto, Canada, and one in Austin, Texas, the room went dark. So I can see people in the front, but as you go further back, all you see are outlines. And so I'm giving it up. I'm giving the business peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese. And it felt good because I know, as God is my witness, been doing this for 30 years, that if I did not do what I did, I didn't ask for permission. I wasn't looking for co-signers on what I was about to do. My point is, I'm at the Athene Black and Brown Business Conference. We're celebrating the best in Black and Brown business from around the country. However, everybody doesn't know my name. Everybody doesn't know the killer pitchmaster. And so when your name isn't on the program or things go wrong, how do you handle that? What is your strategy? What is a thing that you want people to pay attention to so that you won't be forgotten? And in that moment, I understood that the best thing that I could ever do was to make this must-see TV, make this must-see stage. Because in the end, the biggest thing You want people to watch. You want people to hear you. You want people to see you. You want, as a speaker, you want them spellbound, or at least kind of like, what am I seeing? And so as I was getting to the end, y'all know I love to do the pictures and the videos. And just like when I was at CEO Summit, they said that was the first time anyone has ever gotten us as a group together to take pictures and do videos. They said that was such a highlight. So these are just tips and tricks from the road of being a rainmaking speaker. This is some of the things I've learned in my 30 years as a professional speaker. And it's also these things that you may expect the stage to be perfect, and it may not. Sometimes you're on stage. I wear heels. I just like to, because I'm 5'9", and it just looks good when you're wearing your cute stuff, right? But paying attention to the crowd, paying attention to the vendors, paying attention to everyone who needs to hear you and understand, leave nothing to chance. If my microphone went out, I'm loud enough to go ham and cheese. If something goes wrong during the presentation, let's say the PowerPoint isn't up, I don't need the PowerPoint. That's more for, the conference organized event planners to know you put your time, effort, and resources in. Most importantly, have awareness of the room. Have awareness of audio visual. Have awareness of what are people listening to? What do you hear? What is making them light up? What is making them laugh? What is making them do things? So I throw jokes in there. As a speaker, I'm not asking y'all to have a big gregarious personality, but I want you to work the room as only you can. If you're an introvert, baby, be that quiet storm. Every word coming out of your mouth got to be precise. If you're loud and gregarious like I am and bold, I'm going to throw jokes in there. If I feel like a little lull, or I'll change my cadence, or I'll change the way that I may enter. So there was no theme music for me to enter to. None of that. So what did I have to do? What outfit? People are like, oh, the first outfit you had on earlier today. Yeah, that's cute. But that's not stage speaker clothes. It's just not. It's just, hey, I'm seeing y'all. When I get on that stage, I want to be colorful and bright. I want to make sure that one earring is this way, another earring is another way. I don't want the same earrings on stage. I want people to notice that, we went ham and cheese on the eye makeup, because they're deserving as the attendees and the conference organizers and event planners. And I love what I do. So being a rainmaking speaker, there are going to be decisions that you're just going to have to make on the fly. You may not ask for permission because you have years in this game. And there's nothing wrong with trying things new. There's nothing wrong with trying new shoes. Like, listen, my problem is sometimes I won't break shoes in and I'm on that stage just doing my best, But more importantly, to have the audacity in 2025, 30 years into my career, to say, I will not be denied. I am not forgotten about. I know that I was brought in later, so maybe that's why I'm not on this program. But I want them to understand that when I step up on this stage, before I step on this stage, I paid attention. I've been meeting with people. I've been making people feel comfortable. And so after that, coming off that stage and just getting that love and people coming over to purchase books, me being with my, client and everything, and just we're having fun. And it's just like, thank you, God, I lived long enough to understand that this whole asking for permission, sometimes you just got to do it. Trust your gut. And for the conference organizers, event planners, it is very important for them to know that in choosing you, you are well worth it, well worth the wait, and that your clients are counting on you to make a compelling case for them. So shout out to Verizon. Shout out to the Athene Black and Brown Business Summit in West Des Moines, Iowa. Shout out to the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce. Shout out to all the big banks, to all the vendors, to all the attendees, to the media that was there. It means a lot to me that you all put on such an amazing 2-day event. And I enjoyed both days. I ate well, was treated well. And so why would I not get on that stage and give them the best that I got by showing them what I can do before I even hit that stage? So I hope y'all learned something today. This is part of my personality as a speaker, is to be bold and to do the unexpected, to not dial it in. And if I have to improvise, that's why I don't stand behind the podium. But if they tell me I have to stand in front of a podium, then I'm just going to go all theatric with it. So those are tips and tricks of the trade. This is true tea. This literally happened last week. So before I go to Boston this week, and yes, y'all, if you're in Boston, please come out to the Luminary Live Boston event. We're going to have a night event tomorrow night. It's free. And then on April 23rd, I am speaking in the morning. So you know, and it's free. If you're a business owner, aspiring a business owner, you're in corporate America, you want to be around great people, it's free. Food's going to be there. But more importantly, the speakers, Kate Luzio, CEO of Luminary, come sit at our table. You are so welcome. And it's going to be great speakers, great sponsors like Verizon and Citizens Bank. And there's going to be great people in the room. So if you can get away tomorrow night, come join us for our great happy hour. And then on Wednesday, we about to go ham and cheese, peanut butter and jelly on you. And you get to meet great people who are great people in real life. Kate Luzio, I'm honored. I've been a member of Luminary almost 6 years this year. And so one of the great things about seeing what Luminary is like in different cities is knowing that it's a great place to be supported. You build your network, build your connections, and your business will grow. I've met some of the greatest women I've ever known. So when I had my birthday event, some of the queens there were from Luminary. So you can tell it's real life, it's real love, it's real tea, it's real all of that kind of thing. So join us in Boston, Luminary Live Boston, April 22nd, April 23rd. We'd love to see you. And then when I get back, Columbia University, you know we gonna serve the students and the alumni at Columbia. So you know I got to do my Ivy League thing, and I'm very proud of who speaks my name in certain circles. So I hope that this helps. True tea. Do not give up. True tea. Sometimes you got to do something bold and audacious right now. Y'all know that's my word for 2025. We've been talking about it since January 1st. Audacity in 2025, doing the unexpected and making sure that the conference organizers, event planners, your clients, your customers are getting the best of what you got. So I hope that helps in some way with all of you. We had Easter yesterday. And God is not dead. We are not dead. Your dreams are not dead. So let's get this work. Do y'all hear me? So what did y'all think of that story? I had no doubt in my mind. My name is not on this. They don't know what I'm about to do. Then if there's this pitch panel, I'm going to respect them. I'm going to listen. But I'm also going to show them what the killer pitch master can do. And I'm going to do it in real time. I'm going to do it in less than 60 seconds. I'm going to give them this work. And people were in the building and in that big ballroom for what I was going to teach. So take advantage of these opportunities to stand out. You may be worried. People are saying, what are they going to think about you? What are your prospects going to think about you? What are your potential clients and customers going to think about you? You cut through the clutter and the noise and the distraction, which is what is needed right now. Okay? So y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we give it up. And finally, we're having a flash sale. So every day this week, we're going to be unleashing something for an offer for you. So today is the Ultimate Pitch Bundle. Instead of it being $247, it's $23. Now, why 23, Precious? Because I'm 46 years old. So we gonna have that. So the Ultimate Pitch Bundle is $23. I'll put the link in the chat, but more importantly, there are no limits to what you can do. So go out there, get him this work. Y'all know, got the new fresh haircut. Y'all know how it is. And nobody's telling me, oh, I need you to tone it down. Nobody cares. Nobody ever asked me to do that. And that's one of the gifts of when you've made a name for yourself and you stand on your principles and your values. They're not hiring me for cookie cutter. They're not hiring you for cookie cutter. They're not hiring you for what everybody else can do. So how can you stand out, create noise and buzz for your brand, and let the chips fall where they may? So let me make sure I show love to everybody on Tiki Muffin, my girl since high school. Okay, bow my blue jackets. Oh my God, Shaka, Queen Sora, Shaka, I'm so glad you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. Love you. Lavada, Humphrey, I absolutely love this. Ham and cheese, peanut butter, and jelly. Yes, you know what it is. And then Sonia, podcast queen, you're on here. So y'all, I hope this resonates. But yeah, I had to share my story of last week and feeling like no one's gonna show up if my name's not on the program. I'm here being treated well, and my name's not on the program. How are they gonna know to come to my session, which really was main stage? And so, wow. So you can change even in the conference organization planners in their own system. When you stand out, they're like, oh no, that's a nice, we have huge rooms, but the ballroom is where you should be. And so even though it's changed a lot at the like right before that, like, no, your ballroom. So look at what you can do when you have the audacity to do something most people wouldn't do for fear of making people upset or whatever. Well, I'm not trying to make people upset, but I am demanding of myself to show up and show out and be the killer pitch master or the ultimate rainmaker in a world that is celebrating youth and you have to look, sound, and act a certain way to make it. I hope that I'm showing you, you can do this and be yourself. And sometimes the world catches up with you. So let's go get this work, y'all. I love you. It's your girl, Precious Williams, live from Brooklyn. It's your girl, Precious Williams, founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And now I'm going to get ready to speak to this particular group about the $1.5 million plus entrepreneurs who are vying for this pitch competition. And I'm the pitch trainer. So never doubt that I don't have to tell y'all lies when y'all see me in those places and spaces. So get ready for that pitch competition that's coming up, and I'm very excited to be hired as a pitch trainer. So there are still opportunities out there. Tap the tea leaves of your network. Show up for them even when you don't have an ask. Ask how they're doing. Check in with them. That might be the impetus for them to think about you for something. Love you all.